Good day, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I think it is clear now we have a new king of Hungary in Lewis Hamilton. 8th victory at the Hungaroring, equaling Michael Schumacher's record of the most win at the same track. Race was pretty interesting. Actually, it got started even before the first lap with Max Verstappen sending his car into the barriers, damaging his front wing and suspension, and the team was just incredible job changing some part of Max suspension in like 10 minutes for a job that should have taken at least double that time to allow him to race last minute. So it was not a great start for Verstappen, but in the end he managed to race, finish second, and Valtteri Bottas third. The race started in wet drying condition actually. So it was not long before everyone switched to slick tires, which paid off for some who did some early choices. We'll see that in a moment. But Hamilton just buzzing through the circuit and dominating everything. So now it's time to take a look at who are the winners and losers of the Hungarian Grand Prix. And of course, we start with the winners with Mercedes because, again, like I said, they've been dominant all weekend. During practice and during quali, they were one step above everyone else. When you think that they look like they could not do better, well, they still do. They up the stakes just another notch again this weekend. Lewis, great start, gaining 3 seconds on his rivals right on the first lap. Bottas, after almost a jump start, lost 4 places at the start, so it was not great for him. Managed to make up some ground and finishing third. But the start probably cost him second place, and he finished third behind Verstappen. Still, great result again. Mercedes are the team to beat, and at this point I don't know if any team will be able to challenge them this season. They are just too strong. Lewis Hamilton taking the lead in the championship with the win and fastest lap. So there's really not much to say. They're just unbeatable again this weekend. So deserving of the note of 9 out of 10 for Mercedes. Next we go to Racing Point. Not necessarily because of their race results, but I think it's more the weekend overall. Also quite dominant in qualification. Only one of the 2 teams that made it out of Q2 with the medium tire, hoping for a full dry race with a different strategy. They started in the wet, and start was not great for Sergio Perez, who fell back quite a few places, but managed to still gain back some ground. Lance Stroll, amazing race from his part, being in third place for quite a while before having to give it up to Valtteri Bottas. Still, Stroll finishing 4th after doing his best quali in 3rd place yesterday. Perez still managing to finish 7th, which is not bad. Just looking like Racing Point could be the team to be fighting with Red Bull for 2nd place in the Constructors' Championship this year. Of course, we're still waiting a decision from the FIA and the stewards regarding the pink Mercedes following Renault's complaint. So if things stands, yes, they are definitely in contention for 2nd place. So we'll have to see, but we should have an answer on that by the time we get to Silverstone in 2 weeks. So yeah, just a great result overall. Racing Point deserving this weekend of 8.5 out of 10. Red Bull, again, saving the day during the race. This is why they are winners this week. They were expecting it to be one of their worst weekend, if not the worst weekend since the beginning of the season. On a track that usually suits them, they could not qualify better than 7 and 13 yesterday. At the start, both drivers managing to get some good ground. Verstappen just fighting through the field and managing to hold up Valtteri Bottas at the very last lap of the race and keeping second place under difficult condition and just crazy tire managing race. Alex Albon, good job finishing 5th, but he is currently under investigation for potentially having the team drying up the track in front of his pit box before the start of the race, which is forbidden by the rules. They cannot make it easier for the drivers to start because it was wet, and if it's dry, obviously there is more grip and it's easier to start. So Albon under investigation as I'm recording this. Result could change later today. Still, like I said, saving the day, Red Bull, great race management, 3rd and 5th, and because of that I think they do deserve to be winners this week with 8 out of 10. Prove that quali is not everything. Ferrari, they do deserve to be winners this week, not because of race results, far from it, but because they've made some improvement this weekend. They managed to qualify 5 and 6 in pure pace, which is definitely better than what they did in previous weeks, barely making it into Q3. During the race it was a bit tougher, but Vettel was able to keep stay on track and did I say 5th? I think I'm got weird stats here. Whatever. 6 for Vettel, and just good pace on for him. And I have to check the results. Seriously, I'm not sure. Albon or Vettel 5th. Please tell me in the comment. I'm sorry for those mistakes. Leclerc not happy with his car and struggling, finishing only 11th. But making improvements here. Just in quali pace. Vettel happy with his car now. Well, happier, we'll say. Doing a good job. And for that, hoping that they will keep improving by the time they get to Silverstone. They do deserve a 7 out of 10 for this week. Haas, the nice story of the weekend. Poor quali, not making it out of Q1, but during the formation lap, the team decides to pit both cars before the start, which means they would start from the pit lane, but they decided to fit the slick tire right before the start of the race and starting from the pit lane, which means that when everyone stopped to put on the slicks on lap 2, 3 and 4, Haas did not lose any time because it was done at the start. So they were 3 and 4th for part of the race before obviously falling back a little bit more where they belong. Doing great team race here with Magnussen that was in front after, and Grosjean behind. Grosjean holding up the pack so that Magnussen could just blast off, and in the end Magnussen finishing in the point, 9th place, 2 points for Haas, a great result all things considered. Grosjean finishing farther out of the point, but obviously he was holding up the pack and just falling back, and they could not do anything. But good strategy, good teamwork, good points for them. Now they just have to figure out why they struggle in quali, because at the end, yes, they were pretty much in the race pace with the midfield. So good job Haas, 7 out of 10 for you too. Williams, yes, winners, not because of race result, but because they've improved again weekend overall. During qualifying, both cars making it into Q2 on their own. just great result for them. And at the end, yeah, they finish last of this race, unfortunately. So race pace is not there yet, but yeah, quali 12 and 15, just good job. They keep improving. If they keep going that way, they will start to be looking like a respectable team once again. Williams 7 out of 10, and I will pick up whenever I drop. So now it's time to go to our passing grades. Only one team in the passing grade this week, Renault. Kind of a poor quality for both drivers, and neither making it out of Q2, but Ricciardo saving the day, finishing 8th and taking a few points for the team. At this stage, after 3 races, they look like they are at the back of the high midfield. Not sure they can fight as high as the Racing Point or even as the McLaren overall for the season, even though McLaren was not great this week. We'll talk about it soon. But yeah, Renault at least managed to rack up some points and deliver something. Ocon finished where he started, 14. Still have some work to do to get better with this Renault car. But at least, yeah, finishing in the point and overall saving the day. Renault deserving a 6 out of 10. Our losers, sadly, we have to start with McLaren. They knew it was going to be a tough weekend, but I think it was even worse than what they were expected and what we were expecting. Quali, alright overall, 8 and 9, all things considered. But both cars struggled during the race. Sainz was lucky enough to finish 10th, catching up to Charles Leclerc in the closing laps of the race. But Norris could not find anything, managing only 13th place. Yes, it was a hard race for everyone, but really I think that McLaren does not seem to perform well on slow and cornery track like the Hungaroring. So sadly they will have to get better on that. This week they only deserve a 5.5 out of 10. I don't think anything could have gone much worse for AlphaTauri this weekend. FP1, Gasly could not even run because of power units issue. A power unit that he broke during qualifying, had to change before the race. And again during the race, the only retirement at lap 17, Gasly, power unit failure again. So just a weekend to forget for Pierre Gasly. And Kvyat qualifying 17, finishing 13 around 13th place in the race. Actually, Norris finished farther than that. I have some weird stats here. So I guess I did not do my homework. Do your homework before you make any of these video guys. But anyway, Kvyat, falling far behind still. Just a weekend to forget for AlphaTauri, and hopefully he can come back stronger at Silverstone. You know, Hungary is a track that usually suits them. They have to figure out what happened there. So sorry guys, but it's a 5 out of 10 this week. And finally, Alfa Romeo. I'm just displaying the notes right away because it's a tough race for them. Again, tough weekend. They just look like they are the worst in quali at this point, and barely in front of the Williams during the race. Alfa Romeo needs to do something. They say that their upgrade plan, yes, it's they keep going with it, but they have to do something. Alfa Romeo is a team that has money and can do better than that. 5 out of 10. So just another day at the office to forget for Giovinazzi and Kimi Raikkonen. So that's it guys. Oh, that's bright. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and leave a comment. I will see you again at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, of course, check out my other videos. News are about to come out. some vlog coming later this week and next week. So thank you again for watching, guys. See you next time and have a great day. I hope you enjoyed that race.